Chapter 201, 100 Chi-Directing Swords. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. The broadsword techniques in the superior class of the spiritual stage, even just a single move, should not be underestimated. The sacred sword skill was a sword technique that was only in the low class of the spiritual, and was far inferior to the Suiyu broadsword technique used by Iron Hunchback both in power and variety. Zhang Yuochen had just practiced the sacred sword skill. At this moment, he certainly could not block Iron Hunchback's attack by using it. When Iron Hunchback chopped his knife downward, suddenly, in the 300 meters around Zhang Yuochen, all the swords were affected by an invisible sword comprehension and were continuously shaking. What's going on? Everyone was shocked. The evil warriors held their swords with both hands, but their swords still flew toward Zhang Yuochen and then revolved around him. Swish! Almost 100 swords flew above Zhang Yuochen's head and whirled around like they were serving their master. Even Lin Ningshan's sword was out of her control and it flew out as well. This is the flying sword. Only the legendary heart integrated into sword can do that. Lin Ningshan stared incredibly at the mysterious teenager as if she was looking at a monster. Had he reached the heart integrated into sword realm? Once you reached that level, you could obtain the heart of the sword. By using it, you could move 100, or 1,000, even 10,000 swords. Even in the heaven realm, no one could obtain the heart of the sword and reach the heart integrated into sword realm. Only half-saints could reach that realm. A teenager did it. How surprising was that? If Lin Ningshan did not see it with her own eyes, she would have never believed it. The talented 7th prince has just reached the peak of the sword following the mind. But he has achieved the heart integrated into sword realm. If this gets out, I'm afraid the throne of the top genius in the 36 commanderies of Omen Ridge must be someone else's. Lin Ningshan knew clearly that, even if she exposed this, no one would believe her. Iron Hunchback saw the swords flying all over the sky and he was also shocked. Involuntarily, his knife slowly moved a little. At that very moment, Zhang Yuochen spat a word out from his mouth. Wham! He pointed his fingers forward. 102 swords moved as if they were being guided, merged to form a sword river, and quickly rushed toward Iron Hunchback. The knife and swords clashed together, making a ping sound. Ultimately, the broadsword technique in the superior class of the spiritual stage that Iron Hunchback unleashed was utterly defeated by those swords. 3 of the swords penetrated into Iron Hunchback's body. He flew backward and was badly injured. How could a broadsword technique in the superior class of the spiritual stage compete with a heart integrated into sword warrior? He hasn't died. Zhang Yuochen was surprised, and could not help but admire Iron Hunchback's martial cultivation. If it was another warrior in the final state of the earth realm that had been attacked by Zhang Yuochen, he would have been repeatedly stabbed with dozens of bleeding holes in his body and died in a pool of blood. Although Iron Hunchback was stabbed by 3 swords, they avoided the vital organs, so it was not fatal. How old is he? How has he reached the heart integrated into sword realm? Iron Hunchback looked at Zhang Yuochen again, like he was seeing a ghost. He roared desperately, "Prepare for battle." Almost all of the Black Tiger Hall masters in Earthblaze City came to Linayu Town. Although Zhang Yuochen had killed a group of them, there were still a lot of evil warriors who had not yet come to fight. Iron Hunchback issued the command and 108 men soon rushed out and set up the combined attack again. Swish! Strands of the inscription of Array were shot into the sky and formed a giant glowing ball with a diameter of 100 meters that trapped Zhang Yuochen and Iron Hunchback inside the array. All of those inscriptions of Array converged at Iron Hunchback. Iron Hunchback's strength was getting more powerful, and the golden knife in his hand was getting brighter. His clothes totally bulged as if they were full of wind. With the help of the combined attack, Iron Hunchback was, at the moment, not like a warrior who was in the final state of the Earth realm. It was like he had reached the completion of the Earth realm. The complete combined attack set plus a master in the Earth realm. The power together is totally different. Zhang Yuochen frowned and finally felt the pressure. After all, there was a big disparity between Zhang Yuochen's and Iron Hunchback's martial arts realms. Even if it was only a one-on-one fight, it was not easy. So, Zhang Yuochen did not have to expose the sword comprehension power of the heart integrated into sword to defeat Iron Hunchback. Iron Hunchback now obtained the power of the array, so he became stronger and his power increased to a new height. Bam! Iron Hunchback chopped with his knife, left a giant knife shadow more than 10 meters long, and was going to hit Zhang Yuochen's head. Zhang Yuochen pinched his forefinger and middle finger together, transferred the heart of the sword in the Qi Si, and controlled those 100 swords again. He pointed his finger at Iron Hunchback and all of the swords rushed out at the same time. Boom! The giant knife shadow was shattered by the 100 swords and turned into genuine Qi. Zhang Yuochen also suffered. He felt like there was a blow on his chest from a hammer, and his internal organs shook violently. He backed off 3 steps and discharged the power. That was the last time that Zhang Yuochen retreated. The array must be broken first, then Iron Hunchback can be defeated. Zhang Yuochen took a sweeping look and saw a weak part of the array. He waved his arms and the 100 swords attacked that weak part at the same time. Ha! You think you can break it like that? Iron Hunchback took some effort to have the upper hand, as he certainly did not want Zhang Yuochen to break the array. He flew out immediately and went to chop down the 100 swords with his knife. Iron Hunchback's broadsword technique was indeed incredible. With only one move, he smashed all 100 swords. Breaking your combined attack is as easy as pie, Zhang Yuochen said. Iron Hunchback smiled coldly. I control the combined attack and its power has been greatly increased. Do you still want to break it? Do you believe that I can kill you in the array within 10 movements? I don't. Zhang Yuochen had 3 ways to break the array. The easiest way was to utilize the fast speed of the shadow of the Royal Wind Dragon and avoid the attack from Iron Hunchback. In other words, to delay. A long time ago, those evil warriors who fortified the array could not hold it, and the array was broken. However, Zhang Yuochen did not want to use that method. He wanted to end it quickly. 100 to fire. Zhang Yuochen's genuine Qi dashed out and turned into spiritual fire, covering the surrounding space like a sea of fire. The temperature in the air was rising higher and higher. With his cultivation, Iron Hunchback certainly was not afraid of the spiritual fire. The evil warriors in the Yellow Realm and the Black Realm could not stand the spiritual fire at all. Who the hell is this guy? At first, he makes 30 meters of flying snow and causes the freezing cold. Now he brings the boundless flame. He wants to burn us to death here, doesn't he? My clothes are on fire. Ah, my face. Hall owner, help. Although the warriors in the Yellow Realm had genuine Qi to protect them, it was very weak. They could not stand the spiritual fire. Soon, their clothes were on fire, and their hair and skin were lit by the spiritual fire as well. A moment later, 100 warriors in the Yellow Realm escaped in all directions and tried a variety of ways to put out the spiritual fire. The combined attack was broken instantly. Damn it. Iron Hunchback saw that nothing much could be done about it now. He immediately flew onto the back of the Scud Tiger and wanted to escape. The Scud Tiger opened his arms and flew into the air. Iron Hunchback was relieved a little as he had finally escaped. He thought, that internal student from the School of the Martial Market is indeed incredible. I wonder where he comes from. I have to go back to Earth Blaze City. Only masters from different forces can defeat him. Suddenly, there was a voice behind Iron Hunchback. Iron Hunchback, you still want to run away? When did that young man wearing the metal mask stand behind Iron Hunchback on the back of the Scud Tiger? PFFF. Iron Hunchback was about to stand up. Suddenly, his neck hurt and his head flew, and he saw his own headless body. That is my body. That was the last thought that emerged in Iron Hunchback's head. The owner of Black Tiger Hall was famous for his violence, and was just killed by Zhang Yuochen. Zhang Yuochen caught Iron Hunchback's head and put it away. The Black Tiger Hall owner's head is worth at least 1,000 merits. Wiping out a branch of the black market was worth 1,000 merits. Killing the owner of Black Tiger Hall was much more significant than wiping out a branch of the black market. Certainly, exterminating a big branch like Earth Blaze City was different. 10 black market branches combined were equivalent to 1 Earth Blaze City. Earth Blaze City was the largest black market in the southeast Yunwu Commandery. If it was exterminated, it would definitely be a heavy loss to the black market. Of course, if Zhang Yuochen wanted to wipe out Earth Blaze City by himself, That would be quite difficult. Since Iron Hunchback has died, you are free. You can go anywhere you want. Zhang Yuochen patted the Scud Tiger's head lightly and applied the shadow of the Royal Wind Dragon. He flew down from the Scud Tiger's back, stopped in the air 9 times, and dropped to the ground safe and sound. Oh woo! The Scud Tiger roared in the clouds, like it was thankful that Zhang Yuochen had spared its life. Then it flapped its wings, flew away, and vanished at the other end of the sky. Although Zhang Yuochen had let the Scud Tiger go, that did not mean that he would do the same with the evil warriors of Black Tiger Hall. He should kill those that deserved to die. Seeing that Zhang Yuochen had killed Iron Hunchback, the heretics of Black Tiger Hall were very scared. No one dared to be Zhang Yuochen's enemy. Your Excellency, spare us. From today on, we will never do anything for the black market. As long as you spare us, we'll do anything you want us to do. They all knelt on the ground, continuously kowtowing and begging for mercy in a flood of tears. The number of people that Zhang Yuochen had killed today was much larger than all the combined people that he had killed before. He did not want to kill any more. However, if he let them go, that also seemed to be a disaster. With a few exceptions, almost all of the warriors in the black market were the most evil ones. Zhang Yuochen could not believe that they would turn over a new leaf. So how should he deal with them? Lin Ningshan came forward and said with cruelty in her eyes, "You can't spare them. If you do, lots of common people in the Yunwu Commandery will be killed by them. Kill them. Kill them all." Zhang Yuochen looked at Lin Ningshan and said with bright eyes, "Then, they are at your disposal." After that, he added, "You can also bring their heads back to Yantai Suzerain." Zhang Yuochen did not intentionally give those evil warriors' heads to Lin Ningshan. It was indeed because he really did not want to kill any more. Killing was not a good thing to be happy about. Since Lin Ningshan liked to kill, he would leave it to her. Zhang Yuochen went far away toward Earthblaze City. If you must kill someone, you should kill the truly evil powerhouses. If he could wipe out Earthblaze City, he should be able to get a lot of practice resources and a large amount of merit.